From a MrBeast burger POI to a collab everyone wanted, these are 25 updates canceled in Chapter 4. Right now, you can land at this POI and find some concept art of an unreleased sports car. It seems random, but did you know this should have been drivable? Yeah, it turns out this has been leaked for years, and while everyone expected it in Chapter 4, I guess we'll have to settle for a painting. And we're also so close to getting some POIs from Chapter 1 this season. Epic even dangled it right in front of us and then ripped it away. In the downtime screen, you can see the motel sign, no sweat insurance, and best of all, the pontoon boat. But of course, none of these are actually in-game. Luckily, we've been distracted by the MrBeast crossover, which has taken the internet by storm. The skit sold like hotcakes, and the tournament had record amounts of people competing for $1 million. But there was something missing. It all started at FNCS when Fortnite first seized the collab. At the center of the stage, there was a MrBeast burger, and Epic even created a custom mascot which hinted that a partnership may have been in the works. Well, when he actually released, we never saw this again. It would have been cool if Epic followed the tradition like they did with Dragon Ball and the Kame House. But from burger flipping to kick flipping, it's still not as confusing as Fortnite's most anticipated vehicle, skateboards. For the past few months, everything has been dedicated to teasing them. We had a skate park for summer, which was left totally abandoned. Now we're in Chapter 4, and while the community was expecting skateboards to finally release, they're nowhere to be found, except they're everywhere. The Battle Pass is full of references, the Winterfest cabin has skateboards, and Fortnite is selling real-life decks right now to promote this chapter. Whether it was delayed or straight up canceled, we've been waiting way too long. And it turns out Epic messed up because they accidentally revealed the alternate ending for Chapter 3 that was deleted months ago. The Fracture event left us with a lot of questions, and it looks like we were supposed to get a ton of answers, but they were mysteriously cut at the last second. Epic forgot about a work-in-progress cutscene that shows the mothership abducting the 0 point and exploding. We were not supposed to see this, but it reveals the event was gonna have way more content, so who knows what else got deleted. I mean, I guess we do, because Chapter 4 canceled a feature that would have changed the game forever. Just before release, leakers discovered that a double jump mechanic would be coming to the game. And that's not all, because we were supposed to get wall running, which sounds incredible. I mean, come on, Epic, we need these ASAP. I'll say it feels like it would have turned Fortnite into COD Advanced Warfare, just like this next feature, which everyone's been waiting for. Recently, first-person sights were added to a ton of weapons, and this has gotten the community excited for a dedicated mode. For months, we had leaks that a first-person mode was in development, and in the Chapter 4 trailer, we got a subtle teaser with Doomslayer's emote. Sadly, nothing ever came of this, and it looks like it was just an homage to the Doom games. But did you know that we could have gotten a Final Fantasy collab, self-revive item, and custom drop animations? Before the start of Chapter 4, Tabor Hill released his infamous video predicting things that'll come to the next season. In the past, he's always been correct, but sometimes these leaks come out months later, so whether it's canceled or just delayed, who knows? And that might just be true for this next item. Last chapter, leakers discovered this throwable in the files and realized it was a deployable reboot. Well, then things got weird because the feature was abandoned and replaced with a new system. Now, reviving your teammates would cost gold bars and reboot cards became useless. Even though everyone thought this would release in Chapter 4, it's safe to say it just didn't make the cut. And that's just like Fortnite's Forgotten Vault, which we're still waiting to see after months. This season, Epic ruined keys by secretly removing vaults and only leaving hollow chests behind. If you want to know what you're missing out on, it turns out we were supposed to get bunkers that only unlock after you found 3 keys, and now it's scrapped. Didn't leave us as disappointed as the Icon series collab that confused everyone. Recently, Metallica got an emote, and so to celebrate, Fortnite's radio was taken over with their songs on repeat. Well, this is important because an even bigger crossover almost happened, but it looks like it might just be canceled. Eminem made a surprise appearance on Icon Radio, and he was playing non-stop for weeks. We all thought this was leading somewhere. I mean, maybe we get a rap god emote or even a concert, but that was it. Pure silence before Epic moved on to other projects. Kinda like them reworking a classic item from Chapter 1. Last season, Fortnite added the guided missile launcher back into the files, which already was super random, but they also made new sounds and animations for it. At that point, it was practically confirmed to be coming back, but we waited months only to be met with nothing in return. Still not as disappointing as Epic's biggest mistake of Chapter 4. Last week, the rarest emotes in Fortnite history were added back to the item shop, and everyone was excited. Tidy and Rambunctious haven't been released in 4 years, so this was a big deal. Well, just 1 hour into Tidy's grand return, the item shop was updated and it vanished in the blink of an eye. Some people just assumed it was maybe an accident, until 1 day later when Rambunctious did the exact same thing. At least they were obtainable, unlike the most frustrating leak of all time. For years, we've been waiting for flying animals, and just when it looks like they're gonna release, everyone is left disappointed. Time and time again, new leaks have appeared for things like the Saddler, rideable flying creatures, and so people were hoping for Colombo with wings. But even he has been completely removed from Fortnite, and I'm not just talking about a casual vault. Colombo is 100% deleted from the game files, meaning he's never coming back. It's not the only feature that'll never see the light of day. If you pay close attention to the Battle Pass, there are 3 loading screens that reveal a huge canceled update. Even though they're all drawn by different artists, these loading screens have the exact same Citadel in the background, and it looks way more futuristic than the one we have today. This is our first glimpse at what the Citadel originally looked like in the concept art, and some people think it might actually become the POI over time. While we may never get to see that, there was one scrap feature that was waiting in the game for an entire year. Since Chapter 3 began, the Foundation statue was an iconic feature of the new map, but the most interesting secret was lying underneath. There was a sealed door at the base, and the entire community wondered what was inside. Even the chrome left it untouched, making us certain it was incredibly important. Well, after a whole year of speculation, we all started to expect disappointment. But there's no way it could be worse than Chapter 2's redacted bunker, right? Well, spoiler alert, it was, because the doors never opened, and we learned that Fortnite would rather blow up the island than reveal what's inside. And it's not the only thing that Epic's been hiding, because there's an exclusive feature that only a handful of countries can unlock. In 2020, they started working on a new system that would allow you to reload VBucks. If you're ever like super close to affording something, this would let you buy the VBucks you need instead of like an entire bundle. Pretty exciting feature that's supposed to help us buy skins we want, but Epic only released it in Germany and Italy, and years later, it hasn't changed. We also missed out on a huge collab that so many players are looking forward to. When the Rock family re-emerged in Chapter 3, everyone missed a crazy secret hidden in the area. It wasn't until months later that people started to realize the sandcastle was actually a Lord of the Rings reference, and after adding a clock tower that could only be seen on Switch, it was clearly Helm's Deep. The new Rings of Power show was just about to release, and it seemed obvious this was leading to a big crossover. So eventually the series came out, and as we waited in anticipation, Season 4 came around and the entire teaser was deleted. Chapter 4 has also confirmed that Epic was lying to us this entire time. Last season, there were tons of leaks about planes being vaulted. They were updated day 1 and even planned to release with challenges. To mark the occasion, the Polo collab showed planes in the trailer, and they had a whole photo shoot with them. Well, this is where things got confusing, because just seconds before they were supposed to release, Epic swapped the challenges and vaulted crash pads. Now these floating runways were a constant reminder that we got trolled. But what if I told you Fortnite also replaced Chris Hemsworth? In Chapter 2, leakers discovered an unfinished model for an upcoming Netflix collab. It belonged to Tyler Rake from the movie Extraction, and only the head was missing, meaning Chris would finally be coming to the game. Donald even teased it a year early, and so as we all waited for the crossover to be finished, it was deleted and never seen again. So I guess it explains why Thor looks like this. And we're lucky this next item was deleted because it would have completely broken the game. Epic was working on a new SMG, but this one was very different to anything we've ever seen before. It was gonna be an exotic that gave you icy feet while firing. I'll be honest, it seems like an item you wouldn't ever want to use since, you're basically sabotaging yourself, so it's no surprise it was completely removed and forgotten about. Unfortunately, so was the Beyonce collab. Epic has been planning this for years, and while we weren't supposed to know about it, it was accidentally revealed alongside Gangnam Style, Say So, and Go Mufasa. All of these eventually released as Icon Series emotes, except for single ladies, and while we have no idea why, probably safe to say this one is cancelled. But I think we're all hoping the same isn't true for the custom battle buses. Just weeks ago, we saw it updated with a new rocket booster, but it turns out Epic was planning to let us customize it for ourselves. You've always been able to find a hidden slot in the locker to equip your own bus design. Players have been waiting for it for years. With the amount of events that change the battle bus almost monthly, it seems like they decided against it. That is 25 canceled Fortnite updates. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.